right, good day, everybody. Meteorologist Mark Molnar here. How's everybody getting along? Taking a look at the tropics coming off the weekend here. Yeah, this is Hurricane Ian. This is the GFS. Is the GFS or the Euro going to be correct on this one? Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, GFS takes the system up a little bit farther to the east on this run. Is the Euro coming a little farther west? Are these models finally agreeing with each other? Well, let's take a look at the Euro quick. And taking a look at the Euro, take a look at this. Yep, still taking the harder right turn into the Tampa Bay area. But guess what? This actually is a little bit further to the west here. So the GFS has so we got this narrower cone here. Let's take a look at the models and break it down. All right, so taking a look at the tropics, Tropical Storm Ian likely to become a hurricane shortly. That is the big story. Out here in the MDR, a 20% chance, not likely to be a threat to any land. We'll watch this tropical system here coming off the coast of Africa, and what's left of Hermine creating waves along the African coast, no threat to land, and Gaston moving away from the Azores. Here is the track of Tropical Storm Ian. Yeah. Don't focus too much on this center track as the GFS has come a little bit further to the east, the Euro a little bit further to the west towards Tampa. The envelope is narrowing. Let's take a look. So take a look. Here is Ian on the visible satellite photo. Look at this. It's got a really good circulation going. Lots of showers and thunderstorms over here towards Jamaica. And look at this. This shows what a big circulation Ian is here. Look at this. Yeah, it's got the central dense overcast trying to form here, but a lot of these thunderstorms are yet to wrap around the center. It's got a massive amount of tropical moisture with it spinning right around Jamaica and into the Cayman Islands here. All right, so here we go with Ian. First, we're taking the GFS. Let's go this frame by frame here. So Sunday at 8 p.m., yeah, we're heading towards the Cayman Islands region. There's Jamaica over here. So Kingston, Jamaica, Georgetown here. Take a look at this. Here's Cuba, and there is the Florida Peninsula. Let's see what happens with this system. Yeah, the latest GFS takes this to a hurricane by about Monday. You can see it really starting to organize. It's forming an eye by 5 p.m. on Monday. Look at that. And it really tightens up here Monday at 11 p.m. Look there's the western tip of Cuba here. Take a look at that. It's going to be really start to take a beating just to the west of Havana, Cuba here. And there's Cancun down here. So yeah, basically the Yucatan is off the hook. But watch this system, look at forming the classic donut shape here. This is Tuesday at 8 a.m. Yeah, it's going to be entering the Gulf by this time. GFS still taking it up a little bit further to the west here. Of course, I'll show you the Euro momentarily. Step by step, it's going to, head towards the Tampa Bay. But look how close, it's getting closer. These models are tightening as we go closer to the midpoint and end of the week. And look at this. Yeah, this is 5 a.m. on Wednesday. It starts to look, it's still looking pretty healthy. It's still going to be a major hurricane, Category 3, Category 4. Here's Tampa over here. So, yeah, this is critical time here across the Eastern Gulf here. Wednesday, we're really going to have to watch this now. You start to see it starts to look a little more ragged. What's going on here is you can see we have a frontal boundary, which is also showing up on the Euro, which I'll show you momentarily. But, yeah, there's some wind shear up here. And there's also some drier air trying to come down, and that's going to try to get entrained into the eastern side of the system. So the GFS is taking it up a little bit faster and more northerly, which would entrain more shearing and dry air. Now, look at this is remarkable because the Euro is up like this. The GFS has now come a little bit further to the east. Euro's come a little bit further to the west. It still puts the access of heavier precipitation across the Panhandle of Florida and a potential landfall up here just between the Panhandle and the peninsula. But yeah, this is going to be really close. And you can see, let's go in time here and see what the GFS does with this. And I'll show you in the upper air too. It pretty much kind of stalls the system. This is Friday up in Atlanta, Georgia, Gadsden, Alabama here. Yeah, things looking pretty bad. And then rainfall stretching all the way up just south of Washington, D.C. The Carolinas really getting heavy rain as this kind of combines forces with the East Coast trough that's kicking in here. Now, the GFS shows it lifting out a little bit faster, but look at this. It kind of heads to the north here. This is Saturday, October 1st. So if you're watching up in the mid-Atlantic region, the Northeast, this is what's going on here. You can see it's kind of the GFS doesn't have much to do with this system. It's kind of blocked to the north. I mean, we have two areas of high pressure, one to the east and one to the north. This is kind of got this system in a conundrum here. It's kind of, basically stuck and hanging up here across the mid-Atlantic. And you can see it, Sunday, October 2nd here. it's pretty much stalling. It doesn't have any place to go. It's washing out, and it's kind of becoming a weak nor'easter subtropical type system at this point, kind of elongated and strung out. And you can see across the rest of the tropics, it will continue to watch the intertropical convergence zone out here. But, there's not too much else to talk about other than several of those systems out in the Atlantic that'll be spinning about, that'll be mainly fish storms at this point. But Ian is going to be our big story. All right, so taking a look at the latest Euro here, let's take a look and see what is going on. So essentially, you can see taking around the Cayman Islands just west of Jamaica. This is Monday morning, taking it to the east or the western tip of Cuba here. So look at this, a hurricane by this point on Monday into Tuesday. You can see early Tuesday, it emerging into the Gulf of Mexico, just west of Key West there, and the Euro remaining very stubborn to take this system towards Florida as a major hurricane, it looks like. So look at that, 979 millibar, 973. Yeah, the Euro has come a little bit slightly further west. This would mean a more detrimental impact to the Tampa area here. Look at this. This could be very significant. If this run of the Euro verifies, this would be tremendous damage into the Tampa area. It's we want to keep watch of this situation and look at how it slows down into, late Wednesday, early Thursday. This would be a very bad hit here for Tampa if this were to verify. This would be a hard right turn into the Florida coastline, and likely you can see there is a strung out area of low pressure here associated with a frontal boundary, so it's enhancing the moisture here across Florida. And the thing with the Euro to note is it shows it kind of almost strengthening towards landfall, whereas the GFS taking it further north would show it weakening because there's more wind shear up in here and more dry air as well. All right, so taking a look at the latest Euro upper air pattern. There it is, trough in the east, ridge out west, massive blocking up here in Greenland. What does this mean for hurricane or tropical storm heading into Hurricane Ian here? Well, you see the Euro once again taking it across the central Caribbean here. We have this advertised trough across the eastern part of the United States, and as you can see, that trough on the Euro remains very well entrenched, and that is why the Euro is continuing to take Ian towards the Florida Peninsula like this. So, yeah, this is trough is stronger, definitely on the Euro, blocking up here. So what's this mean? Does this mean the Euro is taking, pretty much a right turn into Florida here, keeping that trough in the northeast and potentially bringing it across Florida, and then, well, it's not going to bring it up like this in this ridge, but it will probably bring it off the U.S. East Coast and potentially stall it here. All right, so taking a look at the GFS here, take a look at the latest run. So, yeah, the trough is becoming more pronounced on the GFS, kind of like it is on the Euro. There's Ian. This is Tuesday, September 27th. So take a look at this. Watch as we continue throughout the week here. The GFS has come a little bit further to the east. It's almost looking alarmingly like the Euro. Look at there's Tampa. This system, the latest GFS has shifted over by about 100 miles or so. This makes a massive difference as the Euro's becoming a little bit further to the west, the GFS a little bit further to the east, still bringing it up towards the panhandle. You can see, let me just back up a few frames. See, there's still a timing difference, though, between the Euro and the GFS. See how this trough is more progressive on the GFS, lifting it out so the system can't make the harder right turn into the Florida Peninsula. But, both models are coming on slowly on board with each other. I mean, in this scenario, it would still put Tampa on the eastern quadrant of the storm. And look how it just kind of meanders into the southeast, becomes a torrential rain event. It does not have anywhere to go on the GFS. Look at this massive high to the north and the subtropical high to the east. This system can't sandwich between these two highs. You got blocking up here. It has nowhere to go. It's brick walled. Right, so let's take a look out here. We have what's left of Tropical Storm Newton. It is on its way out here in the Eastern Pacific. We actually don't have a whole lot to talk about here in the Eastern Pacific. Yeah, the Intertropical Convergence Zone remains active, but the big story is going to be in the Atlantic. We do have a system here by Friday, September 30th, that could spin up, but look at that. Yeah, it could become a hurricane. Look at that. Big hurricane, but look at the good news. So far, it looks like it's going to stay away from Cabo San Lucas. We'll watch it here because, that could change in the future here. This is pretty far out. And we go out into the Western Pacific. Let's take a look at this. What is going on out here? Yeah, look at this. Typhoon Noru here. Yeah, it's a super typhoon. And look at this. This is bad. Let's back the model up here. This is targeting just north of Manila here and Manila area. This is devastating. I feel bad for the Philippines here. This is just tremendous. And look at this. As we head throughout time here, it is going to weaken slightly, but then look how it starts to strengthen. It's going to make a beeline. It will probably become a super typhoon again before slamming right into Vietnam here. Let's put this into motion. Look at Monday. This is September 26th. Look how it's starting to gain steam here. Now, the GFS is a little bit further to the north on the system. Look at this, forming a very definitive eye here. This is Tuesday at 2 a.m. If you are in Vietnam, especially central Vietnam here, definitely stay tuned for this. This could be a one for the record books here. Look at this. This is bad. It's going to literally just slam right into the coastline here at Vietnam, especially central Vietnam. Southern Vietnam and extreme northern Vietnam look like they get off the hook here, but look at this. This is going to head inland and then become a horrible flooding producer as it heads well inland here. Look at this. Yeah, this is going to be a devastating typhoon, and models are really honing in on a solution there. So there's going to be tremendous rainfall totals, probably looking on the order of at least a Category 3. I think it'll come in as a Category 4 at least. So this is not looking good here along the central Vietnam coast. Let me show you the areas that it's going to be coming in. So if you're in any of these areas in Vietnam, definitely heed the warnings. If warnings haven't already gone out, start preparing, because this is only a couple days off. This is coming off the Philippines, devastating the Philippines here as it makes landfall. Now, take a look. Do we have anything for Japan and the rest of, well, look at that. That's good news. It's recurving, but look at this. Yeah, more storminess heading to the north in Alaska means more troughiness across the east coast of the United States. All right, taking a look at the rest of your Sunday. Yes, we will have the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. If you're in like these areas, central, southern Pennsylvania into Virginia, New Jersey, definitely want to watch Sunday afternoon and evening. Some of these thunderstorms could contain damaging wind, large hail, frequent lightning. And look at this. By 7 p.m. on Sunday, we start to see some stronger thunderstorms approach the Binghamton area, just west of Scranton. A little drying there in the Hudson Valley, but look at this. Down in the Capital District, we will be dealing with stronger storms into parts of southern New Jersey as well. And look at those. Those start to pull to the east towards 9 p.m. Sunday evening there towards the Catskills, Poconos, Hudson Valley, and then into parts of Delmarva here, southern New Jersey. Just right on the cusp there into central and southern Virginia. Look at that. And then we have more showers and thunderstorms forming behind us. There's Monday, 1 a.m., and we continue. What's your Monday hold here? Well, we have continued scattered showers and thunderstorms, very cellular in nature on Monday. So it'll be less of a widespread event, but you almost start to see behind the front there, Tuesday at 1 a.m., some lake effect trying to kick in behind it here with some instability, some of that cooler air crossing the lakes, and it will start to really feel like fall come midweek here. You can see just the last frame here, Tuesday at 9 a.m. It's kind of clear across the northeast, but you have these lake effect bands kicking in northeast of Cleveland and then north towards Watertown, New York. All right, so taking a look at rainfall totals here. Here is the high-resolution Euro. This takes us through about Monday into Tuesday. So, yeah, Sunday into Monday, we'll see a quarter to a half an inch with lake effect kicking in behind it there. So, yeah, throughout the week, lake effect will be a big story, but look at that. The main synoptic system, we're going to generally see a quarter to a half an inch here. And here we go. If we take a look at the high-resolution Euro in the southeast, there it is. Yeah, we're seeing a tremendous amount of moisture coming north here, and that will feature heavy rain. I think we're going to end up with 6, 8, 10-inch totals. If the GFS verifies, it's coming a little bit further to the east now. This band will be a little bit further to the north over northern Florida. But at this time, that's what we're looking at here on the Euro. And if we take a look at GFS totals here, yeah, let's take a look at the latest GFS. Here we go, because that was the previous run. Take a look at this. So it's coming in a little bit further to the east. It's still towards the panhandle here. However, look at these easterly totals. The GFS is coming east, and the Euro is coming a little bit farther to the west here. Look at those totals. All right, and taking a look at John from Islip, New York, the 5th tornado of the year, flash flooding and coastal flooding in Islip, New York. Take a look at this. You had some wind and rain going on, some thunderstorms in the area, strong to severe, and it was a bad day to be had here. It was this past Thursday here. on September 22nd here. So strong thunderstorms moving across his area of New York State. They're out on Long Island, Islip, New York. Stay safe there, John. Nice captures. All right, let's take a look at the drought map across the Northeast. Yeah, it's been getting better here further to the west in upstate New York and Pennsylvania, but look at here into New England. We're starting to see more of these severe drought colors from parts of Delmarva, New Jersey. All of Long Island is in a severe drought, all the way into southeastern New England here. Maine has been getting better as well, but look at that. Towards the Boston area, we're still in the extreme drought category. All right, so we're having a reinforcing shot of cold air here associated with the temperature pattern. Take a look at these 50s and 60s for your Monday, September 26th, pummeling across the lake. So we'll have a day into the mid to upper 60s, near 70 towards the coastline. But look at this as we head towards Tuesday. We have reinforcing shot of 50s heading towards the northeast. So you see heat is building out west to the west ridge, and then there's a trough in the east like this. As mentioned on the upper air pattern. Look at this. We stay pretty much in the upper 50s, lower 60s across much of the Northeast. We're upper 60s to near 70 near the coastline here. And take a look at this. We just continue to have this pattern where we have the ridge out west and the trough here across the Great Lakes. Look at this. We have 50s upstate New York for you Thursday, September 29th. And watch this for Friday. We start to warm things up. Are we going to have a little bit warmer weekend here? We'll look at that. Most areas across the Northeast above 60 degrees. And look at this. That doesn't look too bad. Upper 60s for highs for your Saturday, October 1st. We'll take it here. Extended outlook for my hometown viewers, Binghamton to Scranton's Upper Susquehanna River Valley, New York, Pennsylvania. Look at this. Monday through Friday. Yeah, we start off stormy. That next cold front moving through Monday into Tuesday. Showers and thunderstorms throughout the day Monday. They will be scattered about. Some could be strong with small hail, gusty winds to 45 miles per hour into Tuesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms kind of toning down into Wednesday as that cold front moves through. Some lake effect rain showers. Thursday and Friday we dry out, sunny, and look at that. By Friday we bounce towards the mid-60s. Just in time for the weekend. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern and Hurricane Eastern. Don't forget Facebook, social media, MediaMark, also Weather Northeastern, also Hurricane Northeastern, also Susquehanna Weather, also MediaMark.com, WeatherNortheastern.com, Twitter @WeatherEastern. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell button if you haven't already. Question or comment down below. Let's keep the weather conversation going. Thanks for joining me.